Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Seattle Seahawks. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
He'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here that if you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and these creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's caught at the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. In for the score. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Well, they didn't really have to earn that 1st down, did they?
Well, they're not having to earn much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a 1st down.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 4 yards there on the carry. Gets it back to 2nd and 11.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Detroit! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there.
Lucky 56.
On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Into the Redskins. How did they do?
Well, we may not see it behind the big play sheet that they like to use, but I bet there's a big grin on the defensive coordinator's face. A corner blitz, what we often call a cat blitz. Usually they disguise it, Brandon. You're up on a receiver. It looks like you're going to bump and run with him, press coverage, and then he just takes off straight for the quarterback, and someone comes behind him to pick up the receiver.
And as a former member of the secondary, it makes you happy too, doesn't it?
I can't lie about it. I've got a big grin on my face, too. That was a heck of a play, a heck of a call.
Gone!
They go play action here on 1st down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Toss. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Detroit! Gone! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. It's their quarterback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And this one through the uprights and good. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now they go screen. It's complete. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 30 yards there.
A lot of receivers see the drag route as a risk-reward type of a play. The risk, going into the middle of the field where there's some big people who want to hit you. But the reward is oftentimes you get lost in coverage, running a little bit underneath. And when you catch it just right, as we just saw there, the end result can be a big, big play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. So 1:51 to go in this first half of play. Back to CenturyLink Field after this.
Detroit! Over!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The Redskins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, touchdown, Washington. A big play there, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong,
and he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Hot. Hot.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punt. It in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. And on the ground they go with a running back. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Lucky 56.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Oh, he's not going to get it by much, but on 4th and 1, all you're worried about is moving the sticks. And here he's able to fight his way forward for a couple of yards, and that's all he needed.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot. Watch it now, Barney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Lucky 56. Hot. Gone. Hot.
He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And out now come the Seahawks. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Detroit! Hot!
They run with Harris. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Leopard!
They'll try and throw for it here. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down. But not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there for Seattle. 46 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They run with Harris, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Seahawks are going to take the lead. Extra point safely through, and the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Space to maneuver at the 40. Over the middle here to Brown. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Detroit! Detroit! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Oliver. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Shrugs him off. And they can't corral him. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Barry. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds an opening past the 40. Over the middle, complete. That's Oliver. And all the way up to the 46. A nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Check. No. Check. Patriot.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
Back to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Gun! Over! All right, now, lucky 56.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's letting this one go for Fuller. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
All right, now, lucky 56. Gun!
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia took.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got room. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 64 yards on the ground. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen